Okay, hi everyone. In this video, I'm doing a whole bunch of replies to emails. As you can see here, there's quite a few which over the last wee while I haven't had the chance to reply to. So I'll try and get through them nice and quickly just now. Okay, so let's go for them. Okay, so the first one is from Roger. It says, is there anything that can be done to enhance a blurred photo? I have a few pictures that are out of focus and would like to make them better. Any help? Okay, Roger, if your photos are blurred, what can you do? So I'm guessing that you're not asking for advice of how to stop your pictures from being blurry in the future. You're asking how to enhance it. The only ways really are in your editing software where it's like Photoshop, maybe GIMP. I don't think it's quite as good as that. And it's just using the sharpen tool. But if it's properly out of focus, I don't really know of any way where you can rescue that image. It's usually if it's out of focus, blurry, it's going to stay out of focus and always be blurry. But best just try and get some more shots which aren't. That's all I know. If anybody else has got any tips of how to help in Photoshop, how to enhance a blurry photo where it's out of focus, please give us your stuff downstairs. But using the unsharp mask, I doubt would really help that much with a blurry, out of focus image. I think it's gone. You're not going to rescue it. Okay, next one. This is from Dimitri, and he says, hi, I'm a 19-year-old amateur photographer and want to step up in the photography world. I was wondering if you could help me decide what camera fits me best. I love doing modelling, but I have been doing fashion shots a lot. I love Nikon, but can't decide and don't want to make a bad decision with the high cost. Unfortunately, photography generally is an expensive hobby. If you really want to get into it, you're going to have to buy cameras, you're going to have to buy lenses, you're going to have to buy covers for your lenses, like filters, flashes, flash stands, umbrellas, tripods. There is unfortunately going to be a high cost with photography. It's difficult to really do it cheaply if you're trying to do, as you say, is step up in the photography world. For example, many sports you can do very cheaply. Let's say you want to learn how to run, all you need to do is really practice. You don't need to spend a whole load of money on it. But with photography, you're always going to have to spend some cash. And you're asking about what camera to get. Again, it's not necessarily about the camera. You can get people that can take amazing photos with low-mo cameras, or somebody can do a photo which is just as good with their iPhone as what somebody can do with a Hasselblad. It's all about how well they can do it. But the other thing is, if you're doing stuff like fashion, you're wanting good glass. So don't get the kit lens or anything like that. Get a good 80mm or 85mm or 100mm or some good prime lenses as well. You're saying without the cost high, what is a high cost? That is totally subjectable to each person. I know one person who was asking, there's like, hey Dom, I want to buy a new camera, I've got £20,000 to spend. Another person's going, I'm looking for a new camera, I've got £200 to spend. It's like, okay, second hand. So unfortunately, you haven't really told me what your cost is or what kind of lenses you're wanting to get with it. So think about the lens, the glass that you want to buy whenever you're doing the kind of photos. Are you always doing kind of long range photos, or are you doing more wide angle? And look at the type of lenses you can buy rather than the type of camera you can buy initially, I would say. But yeah, if you're already a photographer, you've probably already got a camera, so probably maybe save your money on the camera, because if you're doing fashion, you're wanting really lighting, flash, like flash photography, umbrellas and all that, more your peripheries or peripherals rather than new cameras, because you'll still be able to take an amazing photo with a Nikon D40 with some good glass and some great lighting, compared to somebody with a Nikon D700 and just a little light coming in through a window. Obviously, it depends on how good you are. Okay, next one. Here's a good one by Jill B. Gill, maybe it's Gill. It says, lens over camera. I very much enjoy your YouTube videos. They're incredibly helpful and entertaining. Thank you. I was wondering if you could get your opinion on photography gear. For the past few months, I've been saving for the Nikon 24-70 f2.8, brilliant lens. I'm currently shooting with the D90, and someday I would like to move to an FX full frame camera. Now I'm hearing rumours that the replacement for the D700 should be out this year. That is a lot of rumour that's coming out just now. The Nikon D700 has been out for 3 years now, and in timescales of new digital cameras, 3 years is a long time, so it's definitely most likely to be coming out this year, probably summer or end of the year. It's causing me to rethink the money I have been saving towards the 24-70 lens, and maybe I should go for the D700 replacement. Okay, well, what lenses do you have already? If you go for a full frame camera and you don't have any full frame lenses, what's the point? So do you have any other lenses? What is your opinion on buying good glass or buying a new camera body? I've always been of the opinion that it's better glass over the camera, yes. My D90 is great, I have no problem with it, but as I said, I would like to move to an FX camera someday. Okay, I would say buy the glass. Get that really awesome lens first. It may look a little bit big on your D90, but effectively camera prices go down, lens prices don't. Whatever you get the 24-70, if you were ever to sell it in the future, it will still be maybe only 100, maybe £200 cheaper than what you originally buy it for, because they're just brilliant lenses. Meanwhile, if you buy a Nikon D700 or the new one within 3 years, you're barely going to sell it for half the price. So if you're happy with your camera that you've got just now, then stay with it and get good glass. If you are finding that the camera is restricting you in some way, so for example it's not doing the fast frames per second, it's not communicating with the flashes, it's not doing something that you want, then I would say definitely go and get a new camera. Make sure the camera is able to do everything that you want it to do, and not, or everything that you need it to do, not necessarily you want. You may want it to have 1 billion pixels, you may want it to do 100 frames a second, but do you actually need that stuff? So I would say go for the glass, buy that and be very happy with that, because the cameras could take forever to come out. I bet you to start taking good photos now than getting a new camera at the end of the year, maybe next year. So next one. Okay, here's the next one. This is from Andrew. It says, "Hi Dom, can you please tell me if you think it's safe to make myself a Flickr account? I'm concerned my photos may be stolen or used without my permission. I know you have one, which is dombauer83 on Flickr. How do you safeguard your photos?" Okay, you can put copyright marks at the bottom, or you can do watermarking on your images, but you have to do that in Photoshop. I think Lightroom might be able to do it now as well, the latest Lightroom. But generally, if you want to put this kind of faded image like saying Don Bauer photo over your image, you can do that and post that. But at the same time, I say don't bother doing that. I would like to do this to get advice and feedback on my work, as I've just started. I watch all your videos, blah blah blah. Okay, so if you're worried about putting photos on the internet and you're worried that people might steal them, don't put them on the internet. Because anyone can steal them. Even if you've got a copyright mark, even if you've got a watermark mark. If your photos are that good that people will want to steal them, even if you've got a watermark going right across it, people can be able to Photoshop that out. However, I've emailed Andrew back already, and his photos are really just of him and his kids and his family and the dog jumping up and down. Not likely that many people are going to be really going to the effort to try and steal these shots. Also, what I say in my book that will be coming out soon is that you've really got to think of, if you are trying to project yourself as a photographer, you've got to be out in as many places as possible. So on Flickr, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Digital Photographer magazine, on Digital Photo Forum magazine, on Popular Photo, on Advanced Photographer, all these different websites. Get all out there, get your flyers, get all your stuff out there. If you made the most amazing photo in the world and you never showed it to anyone, no one would know it's any good. So if you're wanting to be able to see your stuff, fine, put it up on an internet, maybe put it at a smaller resolution or a fairly poor quality resolution. So if anyone does steal it, people just think that's a pretty rubbish copy that somebody's taken from you. You know, people can still comment on your lighting, your composition, your angles, and your models from a fairly cruddy resolution and low quality image. You know, you don't need to have it at the full 10 megapixels that you're putting on the internet. But I would say don't put logos, well, you can put logos, but don't put watermarks, because it just distracts and makes people just kind of go, I can't see your picture because there's a big pile of guff all over it. But yeah, if you're really worried about your photos getting stolen, don't put them on the internet, get them printed out and put them into an art gallery somewhere like that, so people can see them, but maybe people can't steal them. Okay, next one. This one is from John. It is embedding QuickTime VR Panorama to my blog. How can I embed the VR panoramas to my blog? I can't find any tutorials on the internet. Can you help? He's talking about the software which he uses called PTGUI. PTGUI. It's like Panoramic Technology Graphic User Interface or something like that. And that's got this cool thing where you can make a 360-degree photo and then you can like move around in it, so it's a virtual reality kind of thing. And I don't actually know how you embed it into your blog. Best email the makers of that website stuff, or of that software. They might be able to help you a bit better on that one. But if I find out, I shall let you know. Next one, courses. First, I'd like to say photography is amazing. Are there any courses in the USA or UK? The courses I do are in Edinburgh, in Scotland, in the UK. I couldn't find location info online. Most of my photos are done with natural light or the 580 FX flash. I want to buy a nice but not expensive studio light. What would you recommend? Studio lights, not too expensive, nice. Bowens or Ellen Chrome, they're kind of the big names in flashes for studio stuff. Calumet in the UK, they've got their own little flash studio thing where you can get a flash and a battery pack, especially if it's studio stuff. If you also get plugged into normal mains, but if you want to take it outside, they come with a battery pack, and I think it's around about, it's about 150 for the flash, it's a 300 watt, and about another 180 for the battery pack. So you're going for around about the £400 kind of thing. And that's pretty good. It's obviously a lot of stuff to carry around, but it's called the Genesis range. Genesis 300B on Calumet. Check that one out. So all that is probably just a little bit more expensive than an SB 900. And it probably comes with an umbrella as well, I think. So that's the only thing I think I can really tell you on that one. Okay, next one. Photo critique blog, Shane. Hi there, media communication students will be graduating soon. Was wondering how to send images to your critique. Let me know. If you want to send your images to me for me to do a critique on them, send them to my email, which is dombauer@hotmail.com. On the thing, you have to give 5 photos, make sure that they've all got names. If you want to give me any more details about the photos, the more details the better. And also, I need a little bit of a permission slip from yourself saying, yes, I give Dom the express permission to use these photos for his YouTube videos. And then I can stick them online for you. So that's how to do the critiques. Next one. Flashes, bracket Sigma. This is from Baran. Hi there, I love your tutorials and I've watched all of them. Flashes, but I don't have enough money to buy. Okay, this guy, he doesn't have enough money to buy an SB 900 or something like that. So I decided to buy a couple of Sigma EF530 DGST. Wow. Can I have your opinions about that flash? Is it okay to buy them, or should I just wait a little bit to collect some more money and buy the SB series, the Nikon SB 900s? Thank you very much. Okay. The Sigma, no, was it? Yeah, it's a Sigma EF530 DG. I'm sure they are probably very powerful flashes. The fact it says 530 makes me think it means it's got a guide number, which is a way to describe the power of the flash, of 53 feet, I think. So it's probably more powerful than what an SB 900 can be. But if you've got a Nikon camera just don't get third-party flashes, because the thing about Nikon is its creative lighting system. And if you buy a cheaper flash, it's not really going to be able to communicate with it. You may be able to get a flash that says TTL with your camera, which is fine, so your camera can tell it how powerful to go. But if you take it off camera, all of a sudden it just becomes a slave flash. So buying Nikon, you buy Nikon for its brilliant ability to work with flashes. Its flashes, Nikon flashes. So I would say definitely save up for the SB900 or SB700, or get a second-hand SB800. That's probably a good bit cheaper as well. And they all have the creative lighting system in it where they all communicate with each other. Don't waste your money on buying a Sigma flash, which you may then later on just have to sell because you just don't get as much use out of it. Next one. Okay, so this one is from Andres Manesciold, and it goes, thank you for sharing your experience, and you inspire me a lot. I am trying to go from being an amateur photographer to going pro. I have some kind of 5-year plan that began last summer. Okay, cool, 5-year plan, nice. Also, I love to see more business videos. Everything from getting and keeping contacts with clients, keeping your composure and confidence, planning projects, thinking projects, delivering photos, common practice and whatnot. Also, you're doing a lot for us. Is there something that we viewers can do for you? Oh, okay, Andres, thank you very much. From Sweden. Oh, okay, I like Swedish people. Okay, 5-year plan, good work. Right, what was the first bit? You want to see more business videos. Business videos about photography. Okay. Well, that's really something I'm learning as well at the same time. The most successful photographers in the world are usually the best businessmen photographers. You can be a fairly crap photographer but a great businessman, and you become known as being a successful photographer, but not because you're actually a great photographer, but for being a good business person. I'm kind of actually really learning that as we go along here. But any tips that I can think of, I will certainly put them into all my videos of how to kind of deal with clients and stuff like that. What I have done is actually in my book, which will be coming out soon. I keep on saying that, I'm still working on it. I do give ideas of how I've put in a couple of photo shoots where I've done, and I've said, here's my first email to the client, here's my second email, here's the reply, there's the third email, blah 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 blah, and I've put that in into the book. So that is actually where you can help me. So in the future, once this book is out, that's where you guys as viewers can be really helpful to me, is maybe buying my book, promoting my book. Other ways that you guys can help me is putting my videos onto your Facebook, onto your blogs, onto your favourites on YouTube and all that kind of stuff, and just to kind of push my videos further and wider, because I always kind of get a wee bit annoyed whenever people say, oh no wait Dom, I've just found your photos, they're really good. I'm like, I've been on YouTube for 3 years now. So I always think it's really sad when somebody maybe has been, oh, I've been searching for this for ages and I've only just found your videos. So you guys can help me by making sure you tell everyone about my videos and putting them on your blogs and all that kind of stuff. That would be really great. But yeah, okay, I'll definitely start working on any business videos, project planning. Well, you've kind of seen one of my project planning with, I did a photo shoot with Kim in the past where we started from the car and we're explaining how we got the idea and all that kind of stuff. So I'll put that link down below if you haven't seen that one. I think it's called the... Nope, can't remember what it's called, but I'll put the link down below. Okay, next one. CLS with Orbis. This is from Marius. Hello Dom, I really like sorry from English, I'm from Italy. Okay, I understand. Just want to know if the Nikon CLS works with the brackets and Orbis on the camera. Do I need a flash cord? I didn't. With my Nikon D300 with a little pop-up flash, and I had the SB900 into the Orbis down below, I was happily shooting without any flash cords whatsoever. Worked in TTL, so it's obviously off-camera TTL, and it worked absolutely fine. Had no problems with it whatsoever. Ciao. Okay, cool. Yeah, so CLS and Orbis, yes, works absolutely fine. Didn't have any problem with that at all. It reflects off the flash, and it's all good, all good. Next one. Next one, your bag. This is from Matt. He's just saying, hey, there's wondering what's in your camera bag. My cameras. I'm actually from the States, but I love your YouTube videos and watch them all the time. Just curious. Just curious as to what you always carry. Well, I carry something different every time I have a different shoot. Like last week, I went for a shoot and I just brought my one SB900 and my new 70 to 200mm lens. I do quite a few videos where I actually take videos of the bag that I go out, so just keep checking those videos and you'll see what I'm actually taking to each shoot. But yeah, that's it. Cool. I'll check your website as well. WeirdScreenPhoto.com. Interesting. This one's from Jim Bax. Hi Dom, wanted to ask you what's the best site to display my photos. Fairly new to computing. I'm 58. Okay. Hi Jim. What's the best way to display my photos? If you're wanting to make your own website, you can go onto, like, for example, I use ClickPick. That's a cheap website. It costs about maybe £30 a year. The one I've got is around about £80 a year, and you can make your own kind of stuff on there. Or you can put it on Flickr. You can upload high resolution stuff on Flickr. YouTube is Facebook is even doing high resolution shots on Facebook as well now. But yeah, get a Flickr account. That's probably the best thing if you want to display your stuff. Yeah, Flickr, go for it. If anybody knows any ones that are better than Flickr, please give us the details down below. Okay, this one is low light and flash course. Right. This is from Chris Dixon. Hi Dom, I'm really interested in your low light and flash course. He's bought a flash gun and he's got a Canon 450D, and I'd really like to understand on and off camera flash more, as well as coping in low light. Okay, I hope to get into interior photography. I've done loads of videos on that. And some point as I am currently an interior visualizer / designer, and get asked often, and more often than not, if I can do case studies around my designs. Blah 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 blah. I wonder when your next workshop is and where. I am based near Huddersfield. Okay, my courses are up in Edinburgh at the moment. I'm still trying to get my studio. So courses are on the hold at the moment, just because quite a few of the shots I need to do, I need a base to actually do stuff. And price wise, trying to get a place to actually do the courses is costing a fortune. So because I don't want my courses to be really stupidly expensive in any way, I need to make sure there's quite a few people coming to each course, and also that I can actually get the location where I would be teaching it. Some of the courses are outdoors and it's more kind of a walk around, and I teach like the digital SLR 1 and 2. That's where outside taking the shots, but again, it's all kind of very, very weather dependent. So I need to have the ability to say, look, it's a thunderstorm outside. If we go outside, we're going to break our cameras. So best not. So I'll keep everyone in the know when I'm doing more courses. Usually more summertime way. Okay, next one. Okay, tips and advice for single flash gun. First of all, I'd like to say your tutorials and websites are fantastic. Thank you very much. This is from Chris. Been going through them one by one and have lots of things. Last year I started taking photography more seriously and got myself a Nikon D300S with a few accessories, mostly for landscape photos to begin with. I have found myself becoming increasingly more interested in portrait and fashion photography, and decided to get myself an SB900. Good choice. A pair of pocket wizards and 1/2 umbrellas. 1/2 umbrellas. My question is though, in April I will be going to my friend's villa in Spain, nice, for a week or so with my cousin, his girlfriend, and a Filipino girl I know. I really hope I can get some shots of them both, but being limited to a single flash at the moment due to shortage of cash. I wonder why. I would like to know if you can suggest any shots that I can do with a single flash. Maybe the diffusion dome, don't use that, I hate that. But bouncing the flash, you can get great shots. Just don't have it pointing straight to the person, have it bouncing off the roof or having it bouncing off a wall, because the SB900 head moves around full circle. Maybe having it bouncing it completely off the wall behind you. Another cool one is if you've got a big umbrella, having it bouncing it into an umbrella directly behind you, and that gives you almost like an Orbis look, you know, a ring light flash, because the giant umbrella behind you, close into them, flash bouncing off that, going into them, look quite cool. So that's one idea. But I did a shoot with these guys. We were airsoft people with their big guns. That was just one flash coming down. That looks kind of scary and kind of rare. So these are more kind of pretty girls that you wanted to do. So it's more, yeah, bouncing off stuff is what you really get the kind of on-camera flash. Otherwise, get one of those little beauty dishes and bring it off camera. Shoot it close to their face. It gives them a great little circle in the eye and gives lovely modelling shadows onto the face as well. Oh, anyway, I'll read on. I'm already planning to try the low-key shots you demonstrated in the Strobies Beauty Dish. Oh, brilliant. Okay, you're already ahead of me. Yeah, just keep doing the Strobies Beauty Dish. Is brilliant. Where is it? There it is. This is what I'll do. Get it really close up to their face. Makes it look really good. Just make sure you don't use a wide-angle lens when you're close up. Otherwise, it makes their face look fat. But otherwise, that's cool. Also, photography is something I would absolutely love to get into as a career someday. I understand it is a pretty difficult area to get into due to competition and having the right personality. I myself am quite a shy person, so I lack confidence sometimes. Do you have any advice on a starting point for someone like me who would like to move into this line of work? Okay, right, okay. So, good question. Good question here. Good question. Okay. Yeah, photography does bring in a lot of people who, not necessarily are the most overtly extrovert, like for example myself or Jared Pollan or whatever. You can tell that we are extroverted and we're fairly confident people in ourselves and what we do. And for certain jobs in photography, you need to be a very confident, strong-minded, and a controlling person. So if you're saying, right, models go there, or for example, at a wedding, you have to be both very personable, very powerful, and saying, right, everyone over here, all the men there, oh, you be good, but at the same time be really kind of personable, so people can have a good laugh with you, and so that you don't seem like you're strict and difficult. So if you're a person that's lacking in confidence, so you're a shy person lacking in confidence, what advice would I have for you for starting point? Okay, the confidence you can build. Shyness is a natural personality thing, but confidence is something which can be built very easily. So that is just really nailing your photography understanding. So make sure that you know wherever you go, you know that you're probably going to come out with some good shots. For example, any shoot I do, I still get nervous before I go. But that nervous is because I'm nervous. If I wasn't nervous, then I wouldn't be wanting to do a really good job. So if you ever get nervous about something, that's good. That means you're really wanting to do something good. To build your confidence, just start doing it with people that you know. Get them to help you as well. So if you say, look, can I do a modelling shoot with yourself? And they say, yeah, sure, no problem. I say, look, could you give me as much advice as possible? So if I tell you to sit in that position, you tell me if that's okay. So just do it with your best friends and your best friends' friends and their friends after that. Again, put your photos out all over the place and get people to critique back onto you, like Flickr or on Facebook or all that kind of stuff. And a lot of people's confidence will grow whenever they have people going back to them and say, oh, your photos are amazing, they're really, really good. So yeah, just start with your friends, maybe with your family, with your dog, your pets, whatever, and just build it up from there, I guess. You can still be a shy person, but you've got to have fake confidence. So maybe you are just kind of going, I have no idea what I'm doing, I'm really nervous. Just totally blag it. Blagging your way can get you so far in this world. But yeah, that's a good one, Chris. Yeah. Good one, good one. Right, okay, I'm going to leave it there because that's been done quite a lot just now, and I'm going slightly blind, and that's probably been far too long a video. So I hope that helps, and I'll try and do some more of these email replies later on tonight. Thanks a lot, bye bye.